I'm Andy Haldane. I'm the new Chancellor, University of Sheffield. I'm an economist by background. And I spent most of my career, 32 years actually, at the Bank of England. So what is a Chancellor? Well, there's a ceremonial bit of that, and that means attending the degree ceremonies and the joy of those occasions. And then there's other more indirect things, for example, raising funds for the university. But also more generally, I think, my role is to cheerlead and to champion for the university, in Sheffield, in South Yorkshire, across the UK, and indeed globally, because university is a globally important institution, and I can hopefully help spread the word and say how brilliant the place is to a wider set of people as possible. One of my existing roles at the university is as chair of the Advanced Manufacturing Research Centre, owned and set up by the university. So forging even stronger links between the university, academia, and with businesses, locally and nationally, is, I hope, a key thing I can bring to the role and make the university even bigger and better when it comes to finding work for graduates once they're finished. I love the independent thinking, shared ambition. The independent thinking bit is going to be more important than ever in human history. That we can be, as humans, to escape the rise of the machines, as creative and independent in our thinking as possible. And what better place to nurture that independence and creativity of thinking than here at Sheffield. But in doing that, we are not islands. It is in pursuit of a grander mission, a greater mission, a social mission, a shared ambition to do better, not just for ourselves, but for our communities, for our region, for our nation. That has never been more important than now when it comes to tackling the challenges of our time, be they economic or social or environmental. So carrying with us those twin pillars, the nurturing of independence and creativity of thought, but putting that to work in pursuit of this shared, purposeful, public mission could not be more important than now. And doing that in a place like here could not be more important than now. So I was an undergraduate here many, many years ago, 1985 to 88. I was here as an economics student. So many memories, so many happy memories. In a few weeks' time, I will meet up with the 8 people I met on my first day at the university 40 years ago. And they've become lifelong friends. If you'd said to me 40 years ago, when I first arrived here as an undergraduate, as the first in my family to go to university, that I might, 40 years on, be Chancellor of this fantastic university, I'd have said you were pulling my leg. Becoming Chancellor here is for me a huge thrill and a huge honour.